Hello everybody, happy Sunday. So today I'm coming to y'all with a crab cake recipe. This is everything that you will need. Your lump crab cake, your seasoning, I'm using Old Bay, an egg, some butter, parsley, mustard, mayo. This is almond flour, or you can use breadcrumbs, whatever your choice is. And I also, I said butter. So I basically just put this to taste. 2 tablespoons of mayo. You could use whatever mayo you want. Mustard, 2 tablespoons of mustard. Just dump some parsley in it. 2 tablespoons of butter. I use 2 of these, so I put 2 eggs. And then it's going to be uh, a cup of the almond flour or breadcrumbs, whatever you choose to do. This is 2, so it's double, the ingredients. What I'm going to do is and I left it in there, I'm going to mix this up without adding the almond flour because I want to make it as close to carnivore as possible. With the almond flour, it's more keto. I'm going to try mine with the breadcrumbs. So I'm going to mix this up first, and then I'm going to take some out and try with the with the pork rind crumbs to see how it does opposed to the almond flour. These are my pork rind crumbs. I told y'all before, I grind these up myself. I just buy some clean pork rinds that say pork and salt and put them in the food processor and let it go until it gets fine. So let me get this done. Oh, and this is what I dumped everything in, so I just got to mix it up. So here is my crab cakes with the pork rind crumbs, and they actually taste good. I tasted it. The pork rind crumbs give it such a punch, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna still use the almond flour for my sons and my husband, just because their taste is not, like mine's. They don't eat keto, carnivore, whatever. I do have some panko breadcrumbs that I can add to it. And it's mostly just a binder. But yeah, I made me 7 little crab cakes here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit them in the refrigerator so they can just kind of like get cold and bind, and it holds it together when you cook it, because crab cakes are very delicate. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I actually ended up doing was I ended up using whatever was left of the panko breadcrumbs, and I topped it off with the pork rind crumbs, and it actually tastes really good. And you can see how binding it is. It's thick, so it'll stick together without falling apart. So let me give y'all the ingredients again. For one of these, I got these from Costco, so that's why they're so big. But I'm trying to see what the size of it is, how many ounces it is. Duh, it's right on the top. So this is 16 ounces. So if you don't get this from like a Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco's, you just go to your grocery store, and I think they sell them in 8-ounce containers. But for 16 ounces, you need 1 egg, a tablespoon of butter. If you want to add more, you can. Parsley, a tablespoon of mustard, a tablespoon of mayo, and season to your liking. I used Old Bay. And then you would need a 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, almond flour, or pork rind crumbs. You may need a little bit more because they're not as dense as a flour or breadcrumbs. So that's what I used. I'm going to make them into patties. I'm going to sit them in the container, and then I'm going to put them in the refrigerator until I'm ready to cook them for dinner. So here are my patties. The rest of the crab cake dough, whatever it is. I made 6, I think it's 12. It's 6 on the bottom, 6 on the top. So it's 12, and then I have 7, I believe, in my little thing. But I think they're gonna come out good. So once I cook them and everything, I will come back and, you know, show y'all what it is. If you can give me a thumbs up on the way in, I would greatly appreciate it. It's free. It will help to get my videos more in the algorithm on YouTube. Subscribe if you're not, if you like what you see. And let me know what you think. Are you going to, do you try any other recipes that I give? If so, how do you like them? If something is bad that I make, I will come back and tell y'all. I did make some stuffed meatballs, but they was jacked up, but I did put them together the best I could on a whim, and I put them in the freezer. So when I go to cook them and everything, I will come back and show you. I did record me putting them together, and they wasn't the prettiest. And it was just something I decided to do at the last minute because I had some ground beef that was still frozen I couldn't use when my husband made his beans. So I decided to say, hey, let me try stuffed meatballs. So they ain't the prettiest looking, but it's about the taste. But I will be back. See y'all in a little while. Peace. Here's my crab cakes all done. These are mine. Keto Carnivore. And these are the ones I fixed for my husband and my son. They are delicious. I mixed butter with duck fat to fry them in. And I used Epic's duck fat. Delicious, delicious.